basically, we are not on the same page. We do not. We think we are right. You know.
Yeah.
Basically, we think that our way of doing business is the global way of doing business. Everybody's doing business this way. Why does it have to be so troublesome when doing business in Japan? There are so many countries in the world. I can do business somewhere else. I know that if I work my way of doing business and I go to the States, I'm pretty sure, pretty confident that I can make a sale or two before the end of next quarter.
Why you don't want to doing business with Japanese people?
Because it takes too long. It is unpredictable. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know when we're going to make a deal or not. And it's basically, it's unpredictable. It's I cannot control the process.
I imagine.
This is what salespeople are thinking. And it's not because they don't want to do business in Japan. It's too unpredictable. It's too...
unknown factor.
Yeah.
Lots of unknown factor.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that
By the way, I'm going to meet with one largest manufacturing company next week, and some representative person to meet with me. I'm going to explain for them. Okay, what you need to change your company. At the global level, what kind of message I need to deliver for them? What is the most important things? Just you said, you need to train the global people, global staff. This is very easy. Everybody talking about that. But
right.
What more I need to tell them?
Well, basically, I think the biggest step forward is that you organize yourself in a way that the people that you are dealing with, your counterparts, the salespeople from overseas, can be pretty confident that when they start negotiation, that actually we are kind of on the same page. We're following the same structure, and it is worthwhile for them to get into this process. I mean, you have to be pretty adventurous as a salesperson, and you need to be given a long leash by your boss in your parent company if you want to pursue a business opportunity in Japan. Because
completely, I don't know what you mean.
Oh, so basically,
what do you want to say?
If I am a salesperson,
yeah,
then I can pursue $100 million deal in Japan, potentially, maybe, or a.
Are you a foreigner?
Or yes, or I'm a Dutch, right? Let's say I'm a business person. I can pursue $100 million deal in Japan, or I can pursue a $50 million deal in the US. Which one am I going to pursue?
Of course, US.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why?
Why? It's more complicated.
Dollars.
Complicated, sophisticated. I don't want to talk with them, just they never tell the truth, they never telling their mind, or they don't have open mind, and
they don't make any decisions.
The negotiation very vague.
Yeah, negotiation is fake. They don't make a decision.
They never tell the truth.
I'm not
involved in that kind of business.
I cannot control the sales process at all.
I cannot. I won't.
So a salesperson needs to feel that they're in control, that they're following a certain roadmap towards closing a deal.
Okay, I did a lot of overseas business and tried to open the market, but always problem with Japanese side. They never tell the truth. Okay, so China counterpart, they don't want to do business with Japanese company. They never tell the truth. They liar. Okay, just they never follow on their request. Understand? They don't want to change the Japanese business. So how is it going to change it?
So how are we going to change it?
That lot of effort. Always a difficulty for Japanese side instead of overseas. Overseas people, in many cases.
Well, I think actually, if to really become aware of how global business people think, what is important to them, how to create more predictability into their sales effort. So organizing your business in a way that you are ready to do business with overseas companies. That goes very far. So, for example, in Japan, it's like a commitment, a personal commitment that is very, very difficult to accept for a Western business person, salesperson. Why? Because that's very unpredictable. A salesperson,
unpredictable.
Basically, it means that you are going to support your client no matter where he wants to go, right? In Western country, if we sign a contract, that contract has a very clear scope,
Why they can
timelines,
make
penalty clauses.
Why they can make a contract so easily, rather than Japanese?
Why?
Why?
Because basically they feel that they can skip all the trust, and it's predictable. Because
Why predictable?
Predictable because we know that unless something goes wrong, we will get this amount of money at this point in time, because there's a very clear scope, there's a very clear understanding. So basically we can
Why Japanese are not?
Because Japanese, rightfully so, say that we don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future, and we need to think about our own interest. That means that if we are going to engage into a relationship, we need to accept the fact that the future will
Why
be
don't
different.
they accept the fact?
What?
Why they don't accept the fact?
In
Japanese.
Europe?
No, Japanese.
No, actually, what I'm saying is that Japanese do accept the fact that they don't know what the future will be like.
Oh, okay.
They do accept it, but in Europe we don't want to commit to an uncertain future. We say, okay, the future is uncertain. We are going to do this, right? And because we do this, and it's very clearly specified, we will get this amount of money at this point in time. That's it. And the client is taking the risk. The client is taking the risk that the future is different, but that's not in our contract. So any salesperson who comes to Japan, who needs to sign a contract where there's no clear scope, no clear contract with penalty clauses and what have you, they will be shut down at home. They come back with a contract this thick for a project that is worth millions of dollars. So, we're not going to engage in that kind of relationship. That is an open end contract that is too risky for us. I'm not going to do it.
So what Japanese people they are going to do?
Well, if you want to do more business with Western clients, with Western suppliers, then it's probably a good idea to think, how can I make doing business with us more predictable for Western counterparts? That means, like, okay, what can I put into writing? What can I commit to? How can I make sure that we have a clear roadmap that will not be derailed by somebody who's listening in the back and who is nodding or who's not nodding, and will shoot down the negotiations? That means that basically really thinking about and understanding the Western way of doing business, and then taking that as a starting point to say, okay, and how can we adapt ourselves more in order to make them feel more at ease doing business with us?
Oh, it's a kind of standpoint, what you said. Okay, I'm Japanese company management. I'm going to tell you, okay, we're going to hire a kind of person to my company.
That's not going to work.
Why?
Well, because basically, it is something that needs to be that this is not one person. This is the entire company, the entire way that the company organizes. You need to think about
the department. You need to kind of make contract.
Legal.
Oh no, company.
It's legal.
Every company
It's about
legal section. Okay, we're going to hire a couple of foreigners, a legal section, to make contract, the standard. How's that? It's okay.
but how are we going to make sure that it fits into the Japanese business? How are we going to make sure that down the road some top management will say, well, no, we are the client here, and we decide what happens, and we don't want to do it. We don't feel comfortable with
On
this way.
Japanese side?
Yeah.